Okay, so I'm here with Alberte. Thank you for joining. Let's start with saying a bit about yourself. Who are you and what brought you to TechBBQ?
Yeah. So my name is Alberte. So I work with PensionDanmark, and we just launched recently a direct venture mandate. So we are allocating around 135 million to invest in direct companies at Series A, Series B within deep tech. The mandate is global, but we want to find something that sort of links to Danish strongholds or links to our ecosystem. And
Okay, we'll get to that part in a second.
Okay.
That's fine. But just about the pension fund part. So Denmark has one of the highest pension participation. I think it's like 100% basically.
Yeah, at least very high.
It's very high, and has been also it's totally different than a lot of other parts of Europe. So it's completely funded. So who are the pensioners typically?
It's blue collar workers typically. Yeah. So a lot of from hospitality or cleaning or factory workers.
Yeah. Okay. And so now there is more of a trend to see, okay, can we allocate a small part of that into venture capital?
Yeah.
And that is what you are focused on.
Yeah. So we recently had a CEO change, and I think with the CEO change comes also a strategy review. And we've always been, or PensionDanmark has always been quite focused on alternative assets, and sort of reviewing that, it seemed natural to sort of put venture into the mix as well. So that is the reason that we made this new mandate. Generally, 10% of our AUM is dedicated to private equity,
right?
And of that, 8% is going to venture. So we've always been in venture, but it's been mainly covered through funds of funds programs. So now we are this new mandate is for direct ventures, but we're also looking at potentially doing sort of direct fund investments, also to build the better sort of deal flow and get co-investments and again support the ecosystem.
Oh, okay. So amazing. So I think you are really a front runner in
venture.
In venture.
Pension companies.
Do a lot of other pension funds come to you and ask for advice? My guess is no. But
no, not really. I hope they will at some point, because sort of building our strategy, we've spent a lot of time figuring out how to sort of triangulate our way of working with traditional sort of venture capital approach, and then what the financial regulations require. So we would have a lot of learnings to share on sort of how to approach that, because it does require sort of other processes than what traditionally would be required.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's been a journey, but I think now that the strategy is formulated and we almost have all sort of regulation elements in place, it will be interesting to sort of execute.
Super interesting. And Zach, what are the kind of plans for the coming years?
Yeah, so hopefully now we can just find a lot of cool cases to invest in, and as well as funds.
You said you invest across Europe, or also
it's actually
outside?
A global mandate. Yeah. So today also our funds of funds programs are all based in the US, but we are obviously, given everything, looking at Europe quite a lot as well. I think one difficulty is that we've traditionally wanted to allocate at least 100 million euros towards funds of funds.
I wanted to ask this, So 100 million ticket size to fund of funds.
I think funds of funds can be even bigger, but if we were to if we were to do also a direct fund investment, that would be our typical ticket, which is really difficult in Europe. So we are also sort of reviewing whether there's some leeway to
reduce it. And that has to do with kind of the cost of monitoring, or?
Yeah, so the cost of investing. So it's the framework is just bigger given sort of the regulations, but also monitoring. So I think one thing with putting venture, like pension money into venture, is that we need sort of almost a daily update on the valuation of the companies, because our members can opt in and out of investment products, and that obviously requires a lot of time. So the deployment of capital is just much more expensive for us, and given also the AUM that we need to deploy, we do need to put in rather large tickets, and that's why funds of funds have also, from the sort of cost perspective, made a lot of sense.
Okay, but you're working on looking into.
Yeah, so we're looking into how to maybe do some fund commitments that are smaller, or at least thinking about.
Okay.
if there's a strategic angle to it, it might be possible.
Right. So you said to focus also on deep tech, yeah?
Yeah.
And what made you look at that?
So I think we tried to map out sort of the European venture capital landscape and looking at where there are sort of gaps in funding. And looking at deep tech, we definitely see that on sort of a growth side, there is not as much capital available. And we also think that deep tech has sort of a potential to maybe deliver outlier returns compared to sort of traditional tech. And then I think the last point is sort of the inherently impact that we think is present in deep tech, sort of building novel technologies. So we thought it made most sense for us to sort of deploy where there was least capital and biggest possibility of having an impact.
Okay.
So it's also a competitive thing for sure.
Understood. Okay. Maybe last question. What are you hoping to get out of the conference?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to learn sort of what are some perspectives on venture also from a pension companies that we might benefit from hearing, and also sort of the approach to finding good GPs. I think that's always a struggle as a sort of new LP wanting to do direct funds. How do you really sort of assess that? And as a pension company, we traditionally look for a strong track, which is not as prevalent in European venture. So what are sort of some other signals to look for?
What are some of those other signals? Are you willing to share some secrets?
No, I think what I've learned, at least from the panel I was part of, is like it's about underwriting people. So really sort of doing the deep diligence on the GPs and understanding sort of their unique perspective. Because that is what we're trying to find, sort of the needle in the haystack. So looking for that uniqueness. How that looks and how to find it, I'm still learning.
Right. Amazing. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I really appreciate the openness.